What's up guys, it's Monday evening and it's the start of my training week. And recently a lot of you have been asking about my gym split and how I managed to get stronger and maintain a decent physique, all whilst running over 30 miles every week and having a pretty hectic job. So in this video I thought I'd take you through a full week of my own weight training as I prepare for my first powerlifting competition since 2019. So it's 8 PM, I've got to be in the hospital early tomorrow, so let's get after it. So I usually lift weights Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, and then I run on the other days. And today is the first of my 2 push days that I do each week, so I'll be squatting and benching. I did also fit in a cheeky 5K this morning, but that was an easy recovery run. So I'm going to warm up to my working weight and then we'll crack on. So I've been doing sets of 8 on my back squat for the last couple of months, gradually increasing the weight each week, initially starting at a low percentage of my 1 rep max, and now working towards this. So I'm pretty close to my limits at the moment. I'm going to aim for 4x8 at 135 kilos, so going to get some heavy metal on, and wish me luck. So they were 4 tough sets, but glad to have them over and done with. I've probably only got 1 more week or so of increasing the weight on those 8s before having to drop the weight, mix up the rest scheme and start again. But I'll speak a little bit more about that later. Next up, being a powerlifter and all, you guessed it, it's some bench press. I'm all finished with bench and the powerlifting part of my training. Now on to blast some shoulders. So today's session at the gym was a particularly tough one for me, and I don't normally go that heavy every single session, but what you saw was basically the culmination of several months of smashing 8s on the back squat and 6s on the bench press. So I effectively ended up hitting 2 rep PRs because 8 reps of 135 kilograms on the squat and 6 reps of 110 kilograms on the bench press is as heavy as anything that I've done since I've been hybrid training. But what I normally do at this point is to change the rep scheme and drop the weight. So instead of 4x8 at 135 kilos, I might instead do 4x6 at 125 kilos and then slowly increment the weight up again over the next few weeks. This ensures that I'm building strength over a variety of different rep schemes and that my average training intensity is lower than it would be if I was always working at my complete upper limits. The way to eventually know if you've actually gotten any stronger is in a few months' time when I come back to sets of 8, if I can do 4x8 with a heavier weight than I did today, we're winning. Anyway, I'm going to scran this and I'll see you on Wednesday for a pull day. Hello, it's Wednesday and I've just finished work, so Sorry if my hair is a complete mess, but as an anaesthetist, part of my job is wearing a hairnet all day, so it's like I'm permanently having a bad hair day. But it's been a bit of a funny one because today is my first day at the new hospital that I'll be working at for the next 6 months, because as part of your medical training as a doctor in the UK, every 6 months or so you rotate hospitals. So FYI, if you're ever sick and need to go into hospital on the first Wednesday of February or August, it's typically when all the resident doctors rotate, so watch out. But maybe because it's my first day, I've managed to get away a little bit earlier than I might normally do. It's only just gone 4 o'clock and I normally finish at around 5:30. I'm going to take full advantage of that, whip across town, get to the gym and hit some deadlifts. But first I'm just going to have a quick pre-gym snack. Nothing exciting, it's a protein bar and a banana. I normally train Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and I'm not a massive morning person, so most of my workouts when it comes to the gym sessions will be in the evenings. I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to maybe get one workout every fortnight maybe before work in the morning. It's always a little bit of a struggle to get these sessions in, especially at rush hour in the gym, and it's busy. I've come to a different gym today for that exact reason. I knew it's a little bit quieter. It only has a single deadlift platform, so it's a little bit of a risk when you come here and you're trying to do deadlifts. Today I've been lucky. But anyway, I've got 190 on the bar. I'm programmed to do 4 sets of 5 reps at this weight. We'll see how it goes. I've definitely got 1 set in me. We might need to drop the weight after the first. But most importantly for these heavy lifts, positive mental attitude and really loud music. But of course today's the day that I forget my earphones at home. They were tough, but in the end managed 4x5 at 190 kilograms. Some of it wasn't completely pretty, but we got the work done. And again, that was a culmination of a few weeks of building up to that weight, and I tried to separate it from those heavy squats I did a couple of days ago by at least 48 hours. I find separating really tough workouts in the week by 48 hours, be it running or lifting, is a good rule of thumb. I don't always manage that, but that's what I strive for. And speaking of running, when I started hybrid training, the interference effect was something that I thought would be a huge issue. So how the running would affect my weightlifting and vice versa. But in general, it's massively overstated. Running will not kill your gains. As long as you make a carefully designed program, you build your volume slowly over time and you prioritize your rest and recovery. It is so easy to combine the two. Finding time around a busy job is of course another matter. But anyway, time to finish off the session with hopefully some slightly gentler back and biceps. All finished, off home to refuel, and tomorrow I will be running. I think I'm doing some 400 meter intervals, but I'll see you guys again on Friday for my last gym session of the week. Once again, a push day, hopefully a little bit easier than Monday's session, but see you there guys. It's a couple of days later and it's Friday and I'm off this weekend, which makes it all the sweeter. I'm in fact working nights next week, but that's a future me problem. But yeah, at this stage in the week, feeling a little bit achy, a little bit tired, probably because it's been one of my heavier weeks of lifting for a long time. So fitting all that in alongside my regular running training, it's been pretty tough. But also moving hospital this week is taking quite a lot of mental energy. So with all that in mind, I've programmed myself a bit of a lighter one today for the second push day of the week. And then this weekend, I'll be doing some fairly straightforward running on Saturday and Sunday. So probably a park run and then a relatively easy effort long run. Let's head to the gym. So my microphone unplugged itself on the way to the gym, guys, so it's going to be a talk over for this final workout. But here I am spending a little time warming up my left shoulder, which I had surgery on in 2019 after a rugby injury. I still struggle with occasional shoulder pain and certainly limited mobility since then, so warming up that shoulder girdle before I bench makes all the difference. So after hitting what I think is a bench press rep PR for me on Monday's session, I've dropped the weight and changed my rep scheme for today. So I've gone from 6s to 8s, and I'll be starting at 4x8 with 85 kilograms, and then increment myself up by 2.5 kilograms each week until hopefully another rep PR. And one of the benefits here of lifting some lighter weight is just how much shorter my rest periods are. Here I'm doing nice quick 2-minute breaks between sets compared to Monday's workout where it was more like 5-minute rests between those hard working sets. So bench all over and done with, and I followed that up with one of my favourite variations, and that's the close grip bench. This is just to add some additional volume to the chest and also work on those triceps, which are all important in locking out your rep.
So now onto squats, and throughout the course of this week I've decided that actually I probably won't go heavier today than that 4x8 with 135 kilograms I did on Monday. The training fatigue's building up. I don't want to hurt myself, especially with my running that I'm doing. I'm working towards a 5 and 10k PB. So what I've decided to do today is something a little bit different. With my powerlifting competition on the horizon at the start of April, I need to get back into the most advantageous position to lift the heaviest numbers that I can on the day. And for me, that's a low bar squat. So my PBs that I set before my shoulder surgery, before I ever started running, on the back squat was 205 kilograms. That was in competition. And to get anywhere near that number again this time, I'm going to need to improve my leverages. But the one problem that I've had with doing that over these last few years is that very shoulder surgery that I had in 2019, which has massively limited my ability to externally rotate the shoulder. But these next couple of weeks, these next few months before that competition, I'm going to dial in on my mobility, I'm going to dial in on the low bar squat, and I'm going to lift some heavy ass weight. Not today, obviously, I'm doing 4x8 with 150 kilos, but in future, definitely.
Probably would have made sense to do these before I spent half an hour cranking out reps of bench and tightening those pectorals, but hey ho. And with this technique, and granted less weight compared with Monday squats, these reps felt pretty light. That being said, I felt quite rusty with the movement pattern and also still limited with shoulder mobility, meaning my wrists were forced into quite an extended position, making these reps feel a little awkward. But hopefully with a bit of mobility work and some practice, I'll start greasing that groove and move back towards my previous strength levels. So watch this space. So that was my full gym split as someone that likes to run and lift. And it's basically an old school form of powerlifting training called linear periodization. But it's pretty much the same formula I've been using for these last 18 months of hybrid training. But it's taken me from a 420 kilogram total in the summer of 2023 to now a 520 kilogram total only a couple months ago. So I like it. And on my recent hybrid split video, I got a lot of questions from people asking why I only do 1 pull session a week but 2 push sessions. And the answer to that is because I train like a powerlifter rather than a bodybuilder, so I don't adhere to a typical bro split. My push days aren't proper push days because I'm including squats in these, and I've found personally that I respond really well to increasing my training frequency on the bench press and squat, so I train these twice a week. Whereas this just isn't possible with the deadlift, which is a really taxing movement, so I only feel comfortable doing this at most once a week, hence 2 push and 1 pull. I do often throw in some extra pull-ups on my push days, like I did on Friday, just to make sure that I'm roughly balanced with the amount of upper body pushing and pulling movements that I'm doing, to try and prevent any muscular imbalances. But basically it's my fault because I'm using really confusing terminology, and a better description of my gym split would be that I do 3 full body sessions each week. Make sense? But I'm going to continue this split in the next couple of months leading into this powerlifting competition, and as I get closer I'll decrease the number of reps that I'm doing each set and hopefully increase the weight. And even in the last few weeks I'll taper my running volume too, to really give it my best shot. I'm optimistically hopeful that I might be able to match my best ever powerlifting total of 582.5 kilograms, which I think is just shy of 1,300 pounds, which would be huge for me. Because although I'm roughly the same body weight now as I was 5 years ago in my last comp, I was pretty sedentary back then, whereas now I'm running an average of 50 kilometers per week, and in this last year I've set some lifetime running PBs that I'm really proud of. So if you want to see my training more closely, you can follow me on Instagram or Strava, where I post my workouts too regularly. Or for more premium running, lifting and general fitness content, subscribe down below, and I'll see you again next time.